Patron of digital technology, pray for us. Hi, I'm Bobby Angel with Ascension Presents. The biggest takeaway from Carlo Acutis is that we can be saints in this digital era that we're living in this time period where it's so tempting to think, who could ever be a saint with the amount of just distractions and the apps and the internet? Who could be a saint in the age of the internet? Carlo Acutis points the way. So 5 things you may or may not know about Carlo Acutis. Number 1, he is the first millennial to be canonized a saint in the Catholic Church. He was born in 1991, and the second thing you may not know about him is that he died at the age of 15 in 2006 from a very aggressive leukemia. There was a sickness going around his school, and his parents didn't think much of it at first, but then they took him to the doctors when he wasn't getting better, and they came back with this very tragic diagnosis of this aggressive leukemia that within 3 days of hearing, like, this is what's going on in your son, Carlo died. And even at his funeral, some were already claiming miracles. Some people were already saying diseases were being healed. People who were struggling with infertility were saying that through Carlo's intercession, they were able to conceive. And so already his witness is radiating outward. The third point, too, of Carlo's love for the Lord is he would call the Eucharist his highway to heaven. He deeply felt the conviction that if this is really Jesus, then like, what are we doing wasting time on anything else? And more people need to know about it. And so the fourth thing you may or may not know about Carlo Acutis is his love for technology. He was a millennial, so he's born with computers and the internet and saw it as an atomic bomb for good. Just as we know the internet in our phones and devices can be an atomic bomb for bad, we can also use it for good. It's a neutral thing. It really is how we use it. And so for Carlo, he had a knack for coding. He created a website dedicated to documenting Eucharistic miracles around the world, events where the host, the bread of the Eucharist, will bleed, or other miracles have happened around the Eucharist, and that website is still up and able to be seen today. So for Carlo, it wasn't you have to either be anti-technology or just totally on board. He also saw, like, you have to have self-restraint, you have to have self-control and be discerning in your use of technology. Which brings me to point number 5. This is one very encouraging for me. He loved video games. And so we've got the first saint of the Catholic Church who verified, played video games, enjoyed them, but he also knew when to stop, when to put down the controller and keep everything in balance. His prayer, time with friends, time with family. And he had a self-imposed rule. At one point, he would only play video games for 1 hour a week. That wasn't something his mom gave him. That's something he imposed upon himself because there was just too much to do. There was too much to do in the vineyard of the Lord. It's greater self-discipline than I have, I'm going to be honest. Carlo is like my little brother in the faith. When I am tempted to think, oh, man, it's so hard to pray, it's so hard to, prioritize the Lord, or just there's so many distractions. I have felt Carlo's intercession in my own life just kind of poking me like, hey, dude, you have time. You have time in the day. You could say no to some things. You could say yes to the things that really matter. Carlo said, we shouldn't try to live as copycats of others. We need to be who the Lord has uniquely called us to be. Carlo said, to always be close to Jesus, that's my life plan. We could look at his life and the tragedy of being gone at the age of 15 and the pain that is for a family and a community, and also see, from a memento mori, a remember your death kind of way, we don't know how much time we have. Our life doesn't start when, our life doesn't start 10 years down the road. It's happening in the here and now. And so are we close to Jesus now? When my wife and I were on an anniversary trip in Italy, we went to Assisi. Neither of us had been. And I did not realize there's a church there where Carlo is actually entombed. Like, there's a casket there that has his body in glass and you can see it. And it was cold. It was January and there was no one in this church. And I was so shocked because that wasn't on the itinerary. And so this saint, who I feel has found me and called me and challenged me to take the little steps I can in this digital age to be closer to the Lord, I found myself praying and asking for his intercession so that I can keep my own eyes fixed on Christ. And so I pray the same for you, and let's celebrate what God is doing in the ups and downs through every century. He continues to raise up holy men and women to inspire us and to let us know it is possible to be a saint today. So in 2013, 7 years after his death, Pope Francis opened up the cause for his canonization as miracles were beginning to pour in about Carlo's intercession. And with great celebration and joy, here in 2025, we get to celebrate that he will be Saint Carlo Acutis. Saint Carlo Acutis, pray for us. From all of us at Ascension, God bless.